This is Jim Raynor from StarCraft. When I'm not too busy tossing a couple of zerglings into the backyard smoker or changing Tychus's diaper, I like to tune into the Game Fix show. Their reviews are brutally truthful, and their opinions make me laugh. Sometimes. Raiders roll.
All right, partner. You know what time it is.
Let's go crazy, crazy!
Hello, everybody. I am Spanish. Welcome to the Game Fix Show.
I am Verlaine. Welcome to the Game Fix Show. Make sure you check out our website, gamefix.ning.com, and our streaming goes on right here, twitch.tv/gamefix, and sometimes over at Mixer, same thing, /gamefix.
Yeah, it happens. /gamefix, right. And also, if please follow us on our social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, search at Game Fix Show. We recently just had a question posted up on the Facebook page, and we got a bunch of people kind of comment on it because people are kind of like they really want to talk about it. I do kind of want to touch on that. I probably should have mentioned that at the beginning of the show to relate before we started, but really all it is give me your top 3 video game consoles, your favorite video game consoles ever. I think it was pretty simple, to the point.
Right. Yeah.
And we got quite a range of different answers, and I want to get into a little bit of that. Also, apparently, Activision is being mean to everybody.
Boo. Boo.
Well, not mean, and not yet. But okay, we'll get.
And
into
not
that.
everybody.
Yeah, not everybody. Dragon Ball Fighter Z has finally a release date. Yay! And of course, we can't go without mentioning Overwatch. So Overwatch, I just wanted to mention that. So now that we mentioned that.
Well, you know what? Overwatch had an update.
What's that?
You might not have noticed. Overwatch had a small update.
Yes.
When they originally changed Mercy, something happened where it accidentally slowed down Lucio when he does a wall ride. You're supposed to get a boost, and it took it away. So they upped that, so he has his boost again. And then Mercy, they added this thing that happened every once in a while on accident, and you can pretty much slingshot yourself. So when you do that targeting, whatever it's called, and you zoom to them, after you release the button and push jump right away, you'll zoom past them at the same speed. Yeah. But
Well,
that's pretty much it. And I ranked.
Yeah, I guess I. Yeah. Well, all right. All of that we're gonna dive in a little bit deeper. But this week, let's start by what we've been playing. Here, I'll go first this time. I've been playing a lot of Middle Earth, Shadows of War. Absolutely.
Shadows of War.
I have. I've gotten pretty far. I believe you're further than I am. I believe.
Yeah,
so.
I think I probably am.
But that's not to say that I'm a slow gamer or anything. I'm just the type of gamer that does everything and tries everything and does this and tries that and does this and does that.
Well, no, that's why I was trying to figure out where you were, because I'm doing the same thing. Like with this game, I'll do like a mission, and then I'll just start killing everybody and get lost in, lost in thought, just killing, and I'll get sidetracked. So I'm sporadically doing story missions, and I'm sure you're doing the same thing. That's why I want to gauge where you were, because I want to know how far we are. Obviously, I'm ahead of you.
I mean, my guy's leveled up to level like 17, I believe, 17 or 18. I want to say that's kind of where I'm at. And then as far as the storyline goes, yeah, it's hard to kind of like tell like where we are as far as you and me goes, like comparingly. But I'm telling you right now, I'm playing this game. I love it. You know me. I'm big into like first-person sandbox type games. I know you're not too big in that, so that kind of makes me excited that you're actually like playing it and playing through it.
Oh, there are some exceptions.
Why is that? Why is this game different than any other game to you?
Because it takes a good story, really, and good gameplay. And a lot of gameplay is just stagnant, and a lot of it helps on the fact that I like the whole Lord of the Rings lore.
Oh, okay.
In the first game I had, and it was amazing. And it was, it is the story that drives me when it comes to a game like this. But I mean, after you play it, just the fighting and the controls themselves are very good. It's one of the best. It got some of the highest replay value any game could have. Because if this game wasn't out now, it would be around now where I would reinstall the first one and play through it again. I mean,
cool.
It's a game where, just like this game, you can go anywhere. Even if you beat the game, beat every mission, you can still go and be challenged by how many orcs come and attack you. Like, it's not like Batman where once you beat up all the guys on the street, they're really gone almost forever.
Yeah.
Like, if you turned on Batman right now after beating the game, you go out on the street just trying to fight, just beat up dudes. It's going to take a while to find the guys. You'll find like 3 of them, beat them up in a heartbeat, and then there's nothing else to do.
Right.
You got to do those missions.
In this case, they're always replacing orcs. There's never a shortage of orcs, it seems.
Right.
And also, I have not, and I don't really plan on, and I know that's kind of like part of the game and everything, but I don't make friends.
What do you mean?
I don't like, oh, you could live today. You've seen the commercials where it's like, not today, and then they come back and they help you. I don't care. I'm killing them all.
All the captains
I don't even.
And stuff?
What's that?
All the captains and things?
Yeah. Like I don't let anyone retreat. I don't let anyone.
Oh yeah, not at all.
Like I don't let anyone off the hook.
They don't run from me.
No, and if they do, they don't run very far. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
The only time they get away from me is if I make a mistake and hit X instead of Y when they're about to kill me.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah. That's okay.
What else?
That's okay. I still love playing it. I can't wait to get through it. I don't even want to say that. I don't want to say I can't wait to get through that because that almost seems like I can't wait to be done with this game, and that's furthest from the truth.
Yeah, but even when you finish it,
like what's that?
Even when you finish it, there's so much stuff to do. Like I'm thinking of just finishing it because you get there. There's only certain abilities you can get through progressing through the story. So if you progress through the story first, you'll get all your powers, and then you can complete. Because some of the side missions are kind of like little stories in themselves.
Yes, they are. Speaking of, actually, I did, and I made sure I did this because I wanted to talk about it and to see how it is. I don't know if you did it or anything, but they do online like vendettas.
Yeah, I
in
do
case
those all
like
the time.
somebody went online and they got killed, and you have to kind of play what they were playing.
Yeah.
And I won. I came and I conquered. I killed everybody that I needed to kill.
I only do the.
I got handsomely rewarded. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, you'll get the loot boxes, but I'll only do them
yeah.
for the like gamer tags that I know that are on my friends list. Like I don't worry about the other ones.
Okay. I just did it because it was the only one that was available at the time. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a go because I just want to know what it's about, and I'm actually looking forward to the next one. Like I want to do it again.
Oh,
you know what
cool,
I mean?
yeah.
I actually might do it to everyone I see at this point.
Well, you'll get to a point where right when I complete one, another spawns. So it'd be never ending. That's all you would be doing.
Kind of cool though.
Well,
that's awesome though. Because that's what you want, dude. That game will last forever.
There's something in it called online conquests. I don't know what that is yet. You don't either. Like you still you progress through the game, and it's like another thing that's unlocked, and it's another online kind of portion. But I don't know what it is. I didn't look anything up about it. I don't want to know. But I think it has to do with the soldiers. Your army that you build.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even begun to do that because I don't need an army. It's an army of one. That's where I'm at.
2.
Yeah. 2, baby. That and I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, and
yes.
We play, and I think I've talked Link into joining us a little more with that game.
I've never played
Not because,
with him.
and the reason why. What's that? You've never played with him?
No, because he's never on at night. 'Cause he's never on at night.
No, because the reason why. What's that? You've never played with him?
I've never. No, because he's never on at night. 'Cause he's never on at night.
Well, the reason why he hasn't played Fortnite with us, other than that, of course, is that he's only played it on one player.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember playing it on one player, I don't play it with one player. That game is not definitely a game that isn't good with a one player type mode. I need at least two, 3 to 4. In that case, that game you need an army. An army, it makes the game a little bit easier, a little bit more manageable. But I kind of talked him into it that if he had us backing him up, kind of telling him what to do as far as like where to go, what weapons to take, and all that, like he had no idea. He has no idea what to do. So I think we're gonna try to talk him into that, and we got to broadcast that a little bit. That's good. Yes, I figured you would.
Yeah,
I figured you would be. So what about you? What have you been playing?
the same thing.
Yeah.
Shadows of War, Fortnite, and Overwatch. Overwatch I placed today. The season ends in like 5-6 days.
That's right. Yep.
And dude, I don't know about their system because this time I like drew a couple, lost, and then won, and I placed higher than I did in Xbox, like the highest I've ever placed. But
you're talking about on PC. I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
Yeah, I placed on PC higher,
no.
which I expected to be better. But I don't know. Competitive on PC, I think it's more aggravating when you get on those teams that aggravate. Like on Xbox, like every once in a while you'll get on a really crap team and it's like, why did I get paired up with these guys?
Yeah.
But on this game, it's like happens way more often. And I think it's because more kids can just go on their parents' computer as opposed to getting them to buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, whatever. It's Overwatch.
Well, I know as far as I was talking to James about it this past week, and he said that the community has gotten very toxic. Very a lot of people just not caring. Like, we'll just play this, and we'll just be Symmetra and put her what do you call it? Her portal like off a cliff.
Yeah.
So every time you go through the portal, like people are doing that more and more often. It's beginning to get to the point where people are very frustrated with the game, and I really believe that this kind of happens with a lot of games though like that. People just kind of get bored with it and they just want to try different things, and sometimes unfortunately those different things are kind of like dickhead things.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
I agree with the toxicity, but I don't think it's because people have just become bad.
Of our
It's
city?
because the game is so big, and I mean it's already been over a year. Most games move on to sequels. It's so big right now that the audience is getting bigger, and eventually you're gonna have those people. It's not like the people that were good are turning bad. It's that just it's becoming so big that you're gonna get people that do that. Like mathematically, the odds are more of those people will end up playing the longer the game remains popular. The longer people are so passionate about it and take it so seriously, and the fact that it's a cheap game and runs on virtually any fucking system out there.
Sure.
So it's not hard to get your hands on Overwatch and play it.
I agree.
So I mean, and you're gonna have that in you have it in all sorts of games. People are just seeing it more with Overwatch because, like you and me, we play it all the time.
Right.
Other games we jump on for a little bit. I'll jump on Titanfall or something, or Call of Duty, and you experience it, and then you're like, all right, whatever. It's not like I'm going to keep playing this game.
Right. I mean, dude, I've deleted Titanfall 2 since I've gotten it. It just because, well, A, it just takes up room when I want to play other games, and B, I'm just not really playing it. So
Yeah. I started the campaign, but I still.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even start the campaign, and I'm usually the guy that starts the campaign, and I didn't start a campaign on that. Interesting. Well, speaking of Blizzard, in about 10 days or so, there are, I believe, it is 10 days from now, BlizzCon will commence.
BlizzCon.
BlizzCon. There's a lot of rumors kind of going around. The rumor mill is on high force, kind of like how it usually is every year. what to expect, what's going on. I know a couple of things. A lot of people are expecting a World of Warcraft expansion. A lot of people are saying a lot of different types of characters you could play as, up to 4 different types of characters you could play as. So that's kind of cool. I know we're not really big into the WoW, so I don't want to get too much into that because I don't know a lot about it. So, but I respect it. I respect it if you do. The other one that actually something I wanted to ask you about. There are rumors of a new Overwatch character. Last year's event, they announced Sombra.
Right.
So this year event, I mean, what are we looking at? Could it be a support character? Could it be defense? Could it be? I think defense is kind of the way to go here because we've had support, obviously, and yeah. So I don't know. I think defense. I don't
Defense
know.
is the only class that hasn't had a new person, I think.
Right.
I don't know. Like, it's gotten to a point where, yes, like, for sure, something, if not announced at BlizzCon, something will be around that time. But, I mean, it seems like that's the schedule anyways. You know, they've done the event. They've come out with the new maps. So now it's time for the new character. I haven't really heard anything about who it could be. Yeah, if it's defense, that'd be sweet. I just wait and see. Everybody's going to speculate, and Blizzard's only going to release the information that they want out. But I'm excited.
That's kind of they do it. I know a lot of people are saying that it could be the Omnic that goes by the name of Maximilian. That could be something. I don't know. I don't really know much about it. But I know that is definitely in the rumor mill, and people are expecting to see something like that. So,
I mean, it could be. Look, I would say it would be whoever. I mean, you could pick any name from the lore. You know, people are going to say, "Oh, it's going to be the Queen from Junkrat's level." I mean, what are the odds? I mean, it's gotten to a point where
I don't think so. Well, they just released the whole. I don't think they released the character
But even when people were like, "Oh, a new character is going to be," you know, when we were all about Athena, like Athena was in the rumor mill of being instead of Orisa, because it was the voice already, and that turned to be nothing. Like, maybe that's what they do. So maybe if they're showing us these characters, they're kind of saying they're not going to be characters. Although Anna I believe Anna was shown, young Anna, like since the beginning in like a couple of the posters.
I believe, right. Yeah.
So, I mean, it could be anyone. And it's probably going to be someone we've never even heard of. Like, Doomfist was the exception, and Doomfist was like a forced thing. You know, they never really, from the beginning, planned it. I don't know. I am still having fun with the changes they've made so far with Mercy, Diva, and Junkrat. Like, those are my 3 mains right now. I'm fine with what they do with those people.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I want to see. I want to see a little more. A new character is kind of, you know, it's just par for the course. You know, that's kind of what they go with. BlizzCon, obviously, it's their big event. They got to make something huge. People got to look forward to it. I say yes to a new character. That's where I'm at. I say yes.
Totes.
Okay, bring it. Another thing they're talking about is a possible new Warcraft movie. Did you ever see the first one?
Mm-hmm.
You did. Okay. I would actually enjoy seeing a second one. I thought the first one was pretty good. I was into it. I watched the whole thing and I was like, all right, that's cool.
That movie was very cool. The effects were very cool. It looked like it should have, when like blending so much CGI with so much live action. It was perfect. The only flaw that I think was that it was kind of predictable and cheesy. Like, you could be like, oh, you know what, because they showed this is gonna happen, you know, like so and so is gonna believe him and blah blah blah. Very interesting. And remember, there were some things they never cleared up, because even right now, though, I think, if I'm remembering right, the humans still think that one dude set them up, when, remember, that other orc guy set him up. And they
Right.
never cleared that up and never apologized. They both think each other still set them up in that canyon.
So there's still room for a second
Yeah.
one. So.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm
And you know
hyped
what?
about it. I think
Yeah.
a second one would be kind of cool.
And they have to try to get people to understand you don't need to know anything about Warcraft or the world of Warcraft to enjoy the movie. It's almost like
I agree.
you don't need that. They don't bring that into the movie.
It's
So,
a standalone. I can see that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Another thing they're talking about possible, and I know you're not really a Diablo player. I have it for PlayStation 4, Diablo 3, and of course I played the first and second one on PC back in the day. But they are saying a possible character for Diablo 3 being released. That would be an interesting look at it. James actually he wrote an article on our website gamefix.ning.com about all these, and one of them was he said that it could be part of the druid class. So I don't know if that is exactly what we're looking forward to or what people are looking forward to, but I know a lot. There's a lot of things going to Diablo. I heard people they're saying, well, Blizzard says nothing about Diablo, but doesn't mean there isn't going to be anything about Diablo. I mean, a lot of people are saying a possible remaster for Diablo 2. I don't know.
I'm not into Diablo. I really don't know.
Something that really caught my eye, and it's something that was just posted in this past couple of days. If you go to Blizzard.com and you go to their careers, their job openings, if you will, there's always they're always hiring for animators, they're always hiring for artists, they're always hiring for just everything. If you do take a look, which we have, if you notice, I'll start by this one. They're looking for a 3D character artist for a unannounced project.
Okay.
They're looking for a concept artist for an unannounced project. A lead artist. They're looking for a senior concept artist. They're looking for a senior effects artist. They're looking for, it looks like, not only is it an unannounced project, but this sounds like a brand new game.
Yeah.
A lot of people are speculating first person. There was we just had Robert Clotworthy on a few weeks ago. If you want to go listen to that, that's one of our archive shows you can go listen to. But there was one excerpt that I wanted to take from it and I know you remember this part where he said this.
I mean, I recently worked on, I'll put it to you this way, one of the biggest games of all time, and the sequel to that game. And it's not going to come out till maybe 2019 is what I was told, which is like, a year and a half away. Maybe 2018, but probably 2019. Can't talk about it.
You are.
But it's huge. It's really big, and I'm really excited about it. And I can't wait to when it's finally announced that I can talk about it.
Okay, well, we can talk about it because we have no idea what he's talking about. We have kind of talked about this since that interview happened, and there's been a lot of speculation with just that, him saying that. Now that I read that there's an unannounced project that they're working on at Blizzard, is there a way that this could be related?
Well, don't those postings say first person, like experience with first person genre? I thought they did.
Yes, they do, actually.
So, all right. Overwatch is Blizzard's first person shooter game. Now, Overwatch is a huge success. The biggest game right now. Like, right now. And I'm pretending like I'm in charge here, but I don't see why I would even attempt to make any kind of competition to the game that's just kicking everyone's ass.
Yeah.
So now I go back to that excerpt, and I am going to go on a limb and say there will be a sequel to Overwatch. It's not going to be called Overwatch 2. In my opinion, they should call it like Blackwatch, something like that. Some sort of sequel or a standalone kind of thing.
Okay.
In that case, what he says makes sense, and it goes along with these job postings. And a normal game, Shadow of Mordor, all the big games, Gears of War, they take their time, and they don't pump out year after year. So if Overwatch did wait another 2 years, people would be absolutely fine buying a sequel. And that could also make them more money because, I mean, eventually they're going to stop selling loot boxes for this game.
Yep.
What say you?
It's funny. I was actually going to go with that. There is obviously Heroes of the Storm. They kind of came out with a 2.0 version of it, and all that is just a kind of an upgraded version with new characters and that, which is cool. I can also see that becoming Overwatch 2.0. I don't know if they're going to go in the same area, because keep in mind, I mean, they still have other games like StarCraft and StarCraft 2.
Right.
You know, so like they have games that have 2 in them, not 2.0. So I mean, Heroes of the Storm, I think, is one of just those anomalies. I don't think that's going to be, you know, anything else. But Overwatch is definitely something that I can see. And with this information about the opening positions of an unannounced project, I don't know, man. I mean, the speculation could run wild. We won't really know, and then again, we might not know what this unannounced project is until next year at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
So I mean, right now, we're excited to hear about what's going to happen in 10 days at BlizzCon, but is it going to be something that we did not expect? Like in this case, this unannounced project. I'm excited, dude. And he did say this game could come out in 2018 to 2019. The timing is right on that. So that's why I'm like, oh, like I want to see more.
Yeah. To come out with another first-person shooter would be just stupid to compete with. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to come out with another, like, Heroes of the Storm type game.
Right.
Or another card-based game, you know?
But it's time. It's time. I mean, when was Overwatch released? What was the actual release?
2006.
Was it? Is it 16? Okay, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I didn't just come up with that. I'm actually looking at it right now. May 24th, 2016.
Yes.
So there's no reason for the sequel to not come out in 2019.
Right.
So that's 3 years. That's about right. So I don't know. I can see this happening. I'm excited. Really, and I know how you are. I feel like I'm speaking for you as well, that whenever we hear of a new Blizzard game, we pay attention.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, there's no like, oh, yeah, Blizzard came out with a new game. Well, you know.
Except for World
I'll
of
tell you,
Warcraft.
though, before Overwatch came out, I feel like that's kind of the way you took
Oh,
Blizzard.
yeah. Like, I understood Blizzard made quality games, but none of them, except for Hearthstone, are my style of game. And even Hearthstone, like, I'm more of a Magic guy.
Yeah.
Like, Magic requires a little
Yeah,
more
but
thought.
you like the card game. Right.
But until Overwatch, it was more like, yeah, I don't really care about that genre, though,
Company.
any of it.
That entire company.
But now it's cool, and now that I played Overwatch, and then they added Overwatch characters to Heroes, I played Heroes, and I like it a little more than I thought I would.
Okay.
You know, like just like with Smite. Like I played Smite, and once I got to understand it, I liked it a little more, but still not enough to like play every day
Right.
and master. Go Blizzard.
Go Blizzard, go Blizzard. Well, we do know it's kind of Blizzard related, more or less. If you play it on PC, you can actually the online version of Destiny 2 will actually be played through their online service, the Blizzard's online service.
Yeah.
Battle.net or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, I think it's.
But so you can actually purchase it through Blizzard. Okay, that's kind of the transition I'm looking for. I think I got it. But anyway, what we're looking at here is Activision. Activision and Bungie is that's all Destiny 2. They have actually came up with a patent, And I wanted to kind of run it past you, Verlaine, because I know how kind of passionate you are about stuff like this. For instance, this patent has, it could piss people off pretty bad. Okay. And it has to do with the word microtransaction. Okay. So, for example, it says, in one implication, the system may include a microtransaction engine that arranges matches to influence game-related purchases. For instance, the microtransaction engine may match a more expert marquee player with a junior player to encourage the junior player to make game-related purchases of items used by the marquee player. A junior player may wish to emulate the marquee player by obtaining weapons or other items used by the marquee player. So, this has been, they have patented this. This is a real thing. Yet this hasn't been implemented in any game of theirs. What do you feel about this? This is something that is, I think it's going to piss people off. I think it's kind of where I'm at.
Okay, if it's just a patent, we could look at the silver lining and say, by putting this patent out there, that means no company can do this. Right?
That's interesting.
It means no company
I'm following
could
you.
ever do this to the people. But how often is that going to be like the case where they're going to be making this bold move to protect everyone? If this goes through, it won't last. That's almost like not illegal, I guess. It's just entrapment. You know, I mean, it's because,
I see. I don't know about entrapment, but I kind of see what you're saying, because it's almost like, well, if I want to get that good, I'm gonna have to spend this amount of money to get that good.
Right. If this program is out there to make them, if the program's out there to make the money, why are they going to be like, okay, we'll just randomize this and every once in a while use it? They'll use it every goddamn time. After you reach a certain rank, it could just be like, this is what you're going to get. And that's not fair. The only way that I'm going to win at this game is microtransactions. That's the whole pay-to-win thing for sure. Just the fact that you would have a multiplayer PvP and allow, like, someone's legendary to be used against somebody who doesn't. That's not. I'm not for that. Those kind of microtransactions are not cool at all. I could see people.
They said in a particular example, the junior player may wish to become an expert sniper in a game, as determined from their player profile. The microtransaction engine may match the junior player with a player that is highly skilled sniper in the game. In this manner, the junior player may be encouraged to make game-related purchases, such as a rifle or other items used by the marquee player. I mean,
right.
I know it's kind of saying the same thing, but like, but that's like a particular example. So if you are playing as a sniper, it will match you up with another sniper that's maybe possibly better than you. But I guess if you're already good, I guess it really is not going to affect you that much.
No, because see, this isn't Overwatch. The only way that these microtransactions could even be viable to the company would be if the game was unbalanced and skill had not much to do with it. Because what it sounds like is, even if the dude's a pro, and I'm not, there are guns that have zero recoil, way more ammo, then no matter what, I can beat him out. And if I don't, other people that he's matched with will beat him out because that's what they want. Now, if it was based on skill, this program could become pretty just irrelevant, because then it's still an option. It's like, okay, well, I either get better or I have to pay, but they're saying they make it so they're either going to lose if they don't pay.
Okay, and then they said doing so may enhance a level of enjoyment by the player for the game-related purchase, which may encourage future purchases. So they're hoping that if you purchase and you like your purchase, you'll keep going and purchase more.
What this is what it'll do. You buy that sniper rifle, you beat him. You know, you may win the game by beating everybody on his team because your rifle is maybe 10, 15, whatever points above everybody's. The next game you play, you win. Next game you play, you win. game after that, and from that moment until you buy more, you're matched up again with people with better weapons than you, and the cycle continues.
Yeah, I mean, there's reports out there of the last Mass Effect game.
Yeah.
Okay, that really wasn't great. I mean, it was less than great.
Yeah.
I mean, they have records of individuals, like just regular people, spending over $15,000 on microtransactions, and with with this game in Mass Effect in particular, that game is like it's a card system. So once you use it, you lose it. That's it.
Right.
It's not like you get the
Like
you
Battlefield.
keep it forever. So I mean, that's just crazy.
I mean, Battlefront. Yeah. Hey, look, that is not even if that's true, it depends on how the game outside of that works, if it's balanced without it. And that's what people are confusing when they go on these rants about microtransactions and how it's wrong. Like, it's not always wrong. These businesses are successful and they know what they're doing. So they wouldn't do this if it was wrong and wouldn't make them money and nobody would do it.
Yeah.
Some of them are going about it wrong by convincing most likely younger children to feel that urge to be better and not understand how things are working. So they just buy the gun. They keep buying all the weapons. There you go.
Right.
There's other microtransactions like Shadow of War. I haven't read in depth, but I've seen titles like saying stuff about microtransactions in this game. This game can be played, beaten, and enjoyed fully without spending any money. Like,
other than
if
what
you actually
to buy
played the game,
right.
If you actually played the game, you would understand that it's still optional. I can still beat the game and do phenomenal stuff in this game. And all the money's going to get me is a couple better class ogres who could still die, but I don't need them. And the people that don't play these games and are like, microtransactions, fuck it, I'm not even going to buy the game.
Yeah.
Some games, like the free games, like you have microtransactions. If you're complaining about microtransactions on a free-to-play game, you're a fucking idiot. Like, how do you think they're making the money? You either pay for the game or you get the game free and pay for the stuff you want.
Right.
That's the business model. Like, you just deal with it. Killer Instinct did it, and they were fucking very successful, giving it to you for free, and if you want the character, buy it. Or you can buy the pack. It's up to you. Do whatever you want. Hitman, I love the way Hitman did it, where they released, like, it was just, you could buy the missions separately. So they pretty much split up the game into 4 parts, split the price into 4, and you bought what you wanted. That was good.
Cool.
That was a good call. And then Fortnite and games, they're going to start charging us for, like, you could pay this much to be online, or you could pay this much to have the campaign and be online and do this. I don't know. Either way, this way is a bad way to do it, and hopefully they're trying to be a hero and block anyone from using this kind of process.
Well, I mean, obviously things can be manipulated to exactly what they want it to do. I mean, once you patent one thing, someone else can change it to the way they want it to be. So I don't know if a patent is really going to save all of us from this, but it's definitely something to think about in the future. And actually, it's actually something to think about in the future to really police how you personally play games. How you can kind of go, okay, do I really need that $3 gun? Do I really need it? You know what I mean? Like, I want it. That's fair. But do you need it to play the game? Most likely, the answer is no.
Right.
You don't need it. But that's fair. If you want it, then get it. Do what you want. Well, good news is if you are a Destiny 2 player and you play on PC, that game will be released tomorrow, October 24th, on Battle.net.
They still didn't get Destiny 2 on PC?
What's that?
That's weird. It didn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Huh.
It hasn't come out yet. Nope. So everyone rejoice. Play Destiny 2 tomorrow on your PC. Yay!
Hooray.
Yeah, so they okay, well, just recently Xbox has released some new games. Well, more or less new games.
Yes.
Do you have the story? Do you know what I'm talking about here?
Yeah, it's not really much except for they talked about it, and they've been talking about backwards compatibility with original Xbox. At first, it was like no, but then it was like maybe, and now it's yes. And now, starting today, it's absolutely. Though the games are limited, and they do say the library is not going to be as extensive as the 360 library is, backwards compatible, which is just constantly growing. But the games, here's an image if you're watching. That's not the image. This is the image. If you're watching, there's some of them that I'm excited about. Most people are excited about Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Star
definitely.
Wars. Now, this is one game that I did actually own on Xbox.
Well, Brucey B's in the house, so we gotta
So this game coming out is very exciting, and it could possibly lead to the second one coming out and future Star Wars games coming out. Which why not? Now that Disney owns it, they might as well try to get money from the games they never made money from, right?
Yep.
Smart. Another game that some people are kind of looking past that I think is awesome is Dead to Rights. You remember that game?
Yeah,
with the
absolutely.
dog?
I remember Dead to Rights.
Dude, that game I'm excited to come out. Other games, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, which was sweet.
Prince of Persia, I had that for PlayStation 2.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. All these games, except for Star Wars, I had for PlayStation 2. Red Faction 2.
Right.
Ninja Gaiden Black, Sid Meier's Pirates, which is a sweet game. I had that on my phone. Ghoulies is out on Rare Collection. Crimson Skies, people are excited about, except it's not going to have online. That's a dogfighting game. And then Blood Rain, Fusion Frenzy. Are you excited? Do you have
Psychonauts? Don't forget about Psychonauts. Huh? Am I excited? You know me. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, so... but I never really played Knights of the Republic, so maybe I am a little excited about that. Maybe in a way I'm hoping you get it so I can play it, but...
Oh, yeah. I will then.
Let's do it like that. Also, but the one I'm really excited about is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. I remember playing that game so many different times back in the day on the PlayStation. So on PlayStation 2, I believe, and it was that game was so much fun. It was so much ahead of its time as far as the actual gameplay goes.
It was the first game that let you rewind.
I'm excited to play more of it. I think it's a great game. It's a great classic game, and I'm really excited that they have implemented this to be backwards compatible, and I can play this on the Xbox One. So
yeah, and if they're doing this like the Xbox 360, where it's more like the publishers saying do it. Then that makes sequels even more likely. And if that's the case, then yes, Prince of Persia, I would love to start it and then go through all of them because the sequels are just as awesome.
I even love the movies. The Prince of Persia movies.
I like
were
the
actually
movie
pretty good
too.
Yeah.
So that's going to be coming out. Those are starting now. And if you don't own the discs, they're going to be $10 each digital.
Yep.
That's awesome, and it still makes me wonder what the hell PlayStation is doing charging people for this. I mean, because more people are still gonna buy these $10 games because they're not trying to charge full price.
Absolutely.
So
they're actually Microsoft did announce that there will be some backwards compatible Xbox 360 games. Some new 360 games will be coming out, and you could be able to play it on the Xbox One. Yay! And they will be Halo 3.
That's already out.
Elder Scrolls. Is that already out?
Other games.
They're getting enhancements.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. For Xbox One X.
For Xbox One. So Halo 3, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which I never actually got to play.
Me either.
So I'm actually interested in playing that. Fallout 3. I love Fallout 3. I don't know if I want to get into Fallout 3 again. No.
Yeah.
And the original Assassin's Creed. So, thank you,
I got
Microsoft. I appreciate it.
I might put that in, but just on a side note. So all this stuff is happening, and I might be just not seeing it, but I have heard of no new game coming out in correlation with the Xbox One X. It's all enhanced games and all this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I am still waiting for a reason to get this thing. There is no reason. They need to come out with something that is. I know that they tout that you could play them on both systems, but you need something to make people buy this console. And right now, every game that's coming out is still beautiful and just like it's supposed to be. There is something that needs to happen because nobody is. Like, I keep forgetting that it's even coming out in like 2 weeks.
I know, it's like almost here.
So it's just, I just find that odd that the only big get for the Xbox One X is just playing your games with enhancements.
Right.
If you have a 4K TV, if you're one of those nerds, then I guess that's it. Otherwise, shit. I still want to get a PlayStation 4.
What do we need that for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is just another one of those things. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Ooh. We'll see how it goes. I mean, you do have Master Chief riding the Scorpion. But at least you have that.
Yeah.
You won't be able to ever see it, but it's there in case you need it.
Trust us. It's in there.
It's in there. Don't worry about that. Something I mentioned at the beginning of the show is something I want to talk about now because I thought it was very interesting. I just kind of threw a question out there, and I got a lot of feedback on it. Verlaine, you answered, and so did I. So I wanted to kind of get into that and to see what games kind of surrounded that and why you picked those games in particular. I asked the question. It said, "Hashtag we want to know what are your top 3 favorite consoles of all time." If you're in the chat room, please throw it up there. We want to know what your top 3. So go 3, 2, 1. Let us know what your favorite are. Verlaine, your top 3. Do you want to take it? Why don't you tell? What was your third favorite?
My third favorite was the Game Gear, right?
Game Gear, yes.
Yeah. I don't really remember what I wrote. Yeah, Game Gear. Game Gear, I am a fan. It's ironic. I'm a very big fan of portable gaming. All right? With all my shit talking about the Switch, I love portable gaming. I loved the PSP. And when it came, even though I owned a Game Boy, and I owned the Game Boy Advance, I still liked the Game Gear better for some reason. I guess the games that made me love it was having portable Mortal Kombats and Sonic. Being a Nintendo guy, it was my own.
Dude,
Sonics.
I'll tell you, man, I don't have Game Gear in my top 3, but it's definitely very close, and it's because of Sonic.
Yeah, and
that it's definitely.
It had better graphics, obviously, than the Game Boy, and I mean, I don't know. I never really compared it to the to the Game Boy Advance, but I don't know. I liked it. I liked the games on it. I had X-Men on there. I just liked it better than the Game Boy. So that was my number 3 console.
Brucey B went with, I think he said PA1, but I'm guessing PS1. I think that's what he's going with. Unless PA stands for something that I don't know.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania one. Yeah, I'm sorry, PS1 is his number 3. Well, my number 3, and the reason why it was number 3 is because it's probably one of the best memories of a video game that I ever had as a kid. Because I got it on Christmas morning, man. I got the NES on Christmas morning as a kid. I want to say it was 80. When did it come out? 85? So I think, or 83. It came out in 83. I think it was like 89, I think, when we got it. Because there wasn't a Super Nintendo until the 90s. So when that came out, NES was just so much fun. I don't really have much to say other than that. That was really the reason why I picked it. Now, our number 2 is the same. PlayStation 2 is actually rated to be one of the best consoles ever made.
Yeah.
What game resonates with you with PlayStation 2?
Spider-Man 2.
Okay. All right.
Spider-Man 2.
I got a feeling you were.
And Marvel Capcom 2. And the Lord of the Rings games.
Oh, Lord of the Rings games were so good.
Yeah, those were
so
PlayStation 2.
So amazing.
Well, oh my
Yep.
god, I can't even. I don't know. So calm. Like I was every day from the time everybody was sleeping until 2 a.m. So calm. Like it was
Yep.
one of the first like tactical games that you communicated with your headset. Hey, little known fact. It took me. It was an accident that I found out, but in that game, if you're playing single player, at least I don't even remember which one. I'm just gonna say 3, maybe 2. If you're playing single player and you have your headset in, you can give orders and they will respond. The computer, like you can be like, "Gold team, move up or whatever, go to point B," and they'll be like, "Roger." Because I was playing and I was like, "Why won't these guys go to fucking point whatever?" And then it's like,
right?
"Roger," and I'm like, "What?"
Oh, you just tell them what to do and they do it.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
it was
Now we
sweet.
get
It
it.
was a very cool game. That game should not have died.
Games for me were probably Vice City. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was one of my favorite games.
Yeah. Not mine.
Manhunt.
Man, was great.
That what a fun game to
That
play.
game was great.
Brutal as all hell, but wow, was it fun.
Yeah.
Also, what is it? Metal Gear. But the first Metal Gear came out on PlayStation 1, but Metal Gear Solid 2, was that Sons of Liberty? Yeah, Sons of Liberty was 2, and Snake Eater was 3.
I don't remember.
Which Snake Eater was awesome too. Yeah, like I was really big in Metal Gear games,
Max Payne.
dude, I could even say the Force Unleashed. But that wasn't until later.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't play. I played The Force Unleashed on Xbox 360.
Okay. Oh,
So I
that's the
never
difference.
played it
Okay.
on PS2.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Brucey B went with N64 as his number 2. So I could see that. That's cool. I absolutely hated the N64. So there you go. I didn't hate it.
I
was just
played it
not
all the
really
time, but I only played like the same 3 games. Like those games lasted forever. Like I had every incarnation of the wrestling games from WrestleMania 2000 all the way up. Every single time, every year, I believe they released it. I bought it the day it was released, and that's all I would play. Like the title system in there, and like the memory card transferring, just bringing your character over to your friend's house. Like it was fucking awesome.
That's cool. All right. How about your number 1? Actually, I'll say now. Brucey B's number 1 is PlayStation 4. So he went right to the top. He went from new gen, if you will. Verlaine, what's your number 1?
The Xbox One, right?
Oh, you went to the top too.
Is that
That was
right?
That was a setup for you. Yeah. Go ahead. Why the Xbox One? Why is that your favorite console?
I mean, I'm not a fucking moron. Like it's got the best games made so far. Like, and I'm not. It's not. This isn't a comparison against Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
No.
Because I never owned a PlayStation 4. This is a comparison in games between the Xbox One and everything before it. And, obviously, the further along we go, everything's going to be better. That's why I can't say that it's not the best, because I play it every fucking day of my life, and it's got my favorite games ever on it. Whatever. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, Super Nintendo is the best console. Yeah, you know what? It was when it was released, and there was nothing else around.
Nah,
Not really.
I agree. I disagree with that.
Not really.
statement,
That
but
was
that's
just.
fair.
I was just throwing out a comment.
I see what you're saying.
Because you're gonna be like, oh, Genesis.
Yeah.
I understand, but where I was
my
going.
number 1 was the Sega Genesis.
Nope.
That was definitely my favorite console when it came to video games and me as a kid and just playing video games. Sega was Sega. It was definitely one of my top. It is my top console I've ever owned. I think I own 3 now. I don't even know why I own that many. But like the games on there for me are timeless. I could play any of those games and just get right back into it. No big deal. I mean, for God's sakes, one of my favorite games is The Lion King, and people were kind of like, I love that game. The game's amazing. One of my favorite games on Sega Genesis was the pinball game it was called Dragon's Fury. It was a very like a lot of dragons, a lot of kind of scary, like kind of Castlevania type feel to it. But it was cool. It was a pinball game, and we play pinball games on the new gen. But for me, that game resonates forever.
See, I think The reason I
can
can't
hear it in my head as I'm talking about it, actually.
I can't pick an old system because I mean I'm all about multiplayer. So since being able to play online with other people, that's what I did. You know, so all those, though great, like, you know, it's my characteristic to be
Sure.
the multiplayer guy. Like, I get a game and fuck campaign unless it's, you know.
Yeah.
But that's probably a big reason. You know, I love nostalgia. Nintendo was a huge part, a huge chunk of my life, just playing all sorts of games, and I loved it. That's all I did. But I still think that I am more into the games I play now than any other game. Like, just, you know, passion.
Okay.
But
All
very
right.
cool.
No, that's fair. Actually, Link and James both, they put their 2 cents in. James went number 3 SNES, 2 PS4, and his number 1 was PC. Link said his SNES was number 3. 64 was number 2, and the Xbox 360 is his number 1 console. So, you know, if you want to give us yours, please go up on our Facebook, facebook.com/GameFixShow. You could find the post and just go ahead and post there. We want to know what your top 3 is. If you're lucky enough to be in the chat room, like Brucey B and a couple others, they put theirs here. So that's the difference you get. So if you want to watch us live, you can put it here. If not, we'll see it there on the Facebook. I promise. Yes. Yeah, I think that's going to kind of wrap her up in a tight little bow. Is there anything you want to mention?
We have not talked about
What's
the
that?
Nintendo Switch yet. We can't go.
Oh yes.
an
Oh, let's
episode
get
without
the
talking.
Switch. Yes. Let's do
All
that
right,
first,
So
and then we'll wrap it up.
the Nintendo Switch has had like a big update, and part of this update a lot of people already know about, but there is a part that not a lot of people do. Main issue, or the main update is Switch owners can now record 30-second clips of gameplay. Bravo. You can upload them to Facebook and Twitter, I think. However, it's not... I think with the Xbox One, it's in the system. The Xbox captures the gameplay, okay? Games have an option, especially when they're beta, to turn that off, to like block it. With Nintendo, I think it's part of the actual games because only certain games can grab the clips. You know how Overwatch now has their own clip grabbing that is not associated with Xbox. Okay, well, anyways, they're adding that.
Right,
Kudos to you guys.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The secret feature is that it now supports wireless headsets, and it wasn't announced. It wasn't put in any of the like update information, but if you have a wireless headset that has a dongle, like even PlayStation 4 headsets, they will work on the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
They should all be universal. They're headsets. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you take like the PlayStation or the Xbox 360, you could only use the headsets that are the 16th inch plugins, not the 8th inch, not even the quarter inch, the 16th inch. So there was so small, and you couldn't even they weren't universal, and that's what frustrated me about the 360. I never had those headsets. I had to get like my own, and like, so it's good. I'm glad they're universal. I appreciate that, Switch. I do. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know, man. This is actually a big week for Switch. Mario Odyssey is coming out this week. There was a review I wanted to read on Mario Odyssey, and it was from his name's Jeremy Winslow. He's a writer and author for GameSpot. He does reviews, and he obviously got the game a little bit ahead of time, so he put his sense. Real quick, his good. He says, Dark Souls-esque challenge starts off easier, but gets progressively harder as it goes on. Okay, I like that. I'm into that. He only has 2 goods. The second good is graphics finally on par with a PS2 game.
Wow.
Okay, that's the good. The bad. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Bad. Frustrating performance issues. That's 1. 2, no online multiplayer, no plans for DLC, and no reason to play. 3, no means of skipping levels or bosses that you don't want to fight. And the 4th one, Mario dressed up as Cloud Strife Bayonetta and Rio is just wrong. Sully's the game name of better games. Are you still excited about it? Are you excited about it? Yay,
No.
Mario. Poor Mario. Oh, I feel so bad. I love Mario, dude. That sucks. That it blows. Oh, well. All right. Well, I don't want to leave you on that. On a good note, and I know this is something that Verlaine is actually looking forward to, which is crazy to me. And I actually might buy the game because I know he's excited for it, because I never really had anybody that wanted to play a Dragon Ball Z game with me. But apparently, Verlaine, you know, you're excited about this Fighter Z game, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
I'll play it.
what's
I'm
that?
down to play
Yeah,
it.
you'll play.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm excited to see
Good news.
a good one.
It finally has a release date. It's going to be released on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the PC all at the same time on January 26th, 2018. So we will be getting it after
right.
the new year.
All right. Start the new year fresh.
Yeah, so that's good news. I think that's
Nice.
great news. I think they just released 2 different fighters as well. I don't really have the actual information about that, but yeah, Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, January 26, 2018 is its release date. Hooray! Hooray! Finally. Yes. Okay. That's a good note. All right, I feel good about
Yes.
that. I'm glad I ended there. Verlaine, anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good, man.
All right. Well, thanks to everyone that joined us here in the chat room. We do this every Monday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you are traveling to a Wizard World in the next, I don't know, year or two, all you have to do, if you're going to a Wizard World, and I think the next one is at the end of the month. And it is. I'm trying to pull it up. It won't come up. I think it's
somewhere.
OKC. Yeah, Oklahoma City. OKC. So if you're going to Oklahoma City between the 27th and the 29th of October, the end of this month, all you need to do is, before you purchase your tickets, when you go online to purchase them, just type in Game Fix Show into the coupon code, and you're going to get 10% off your admission ticket to a Wizard World. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun. That's good. So if you are going, this kind of helps out. I know I don't like people paying the actual price for tickets. Why not get a discount? So 10% off your tickets. Use code GameFixShow. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we could say bye, right?
Mm-hmm.
And see you next week. Oh, and by the way, I will be out next week. We have a special guest. It's not really a guest, but Link will be filling in for my shoes. It is our special Halloween episode. I am only saying that because I know Verlaine has nothing planned for that. So I'm giving him all the pressure to make sure he does something Halloween.
I'm gonna show my ween.
Good? Feel good about that?
Yeah.
Don't show your ween. All right, Breezy B.
Goodbye. Have a nice day. Peace.
See ya.
I love you.
Oh, that's the wrong one.